Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about one of the core functionalities of our MRO360 product, interplant transfer. This functionality not only allows us to identify interplant transfer opportunities between different locations, plants, and sites, but it also helps us identify overstock and dead stock items present in our inventory. We can also see items that are in the pipeline, such as those in purchase orders or purchase requisitions, which we might be able to obtain from other sites instead of procuring from vendors. So let's explore each of these functionalities and see how they work. Let's say we are looking to source a material from different plants, and there is an urgent need for it. All we have to do is go here, first select the plant where the need exists, then select the material required, and simply type in the quantity needed. Let's say we are looking for 10 units and click on Run AI. Once we click on Run AI, our AI agent will collect all the information, such as the lead time for the materials at different plants, the safety stock, and the surplus and shortfall amounts present at each of these plants. It will also calculate how much we can save by doing an interplant transfer instead of sourcing from outside. As we can see here, the analysis is complete, and now our system tells us that we can source this quantity from the Hamlor mine plant. If we want to review this further, we can click on Review Transfer. This will take us to the next page where we can see the total logistics or transfer cost and the estimated time it would take to receive the material. The system will also show us the surplus timeline, indicating the validity period for this material. If we scroll down, we can see that our system is recommending the best option. If we buy it from our preferred vendor, it will cost a certain amount. However, if we transfer it from another plant, the cost will be different. In this way, our system provides clear recommendations on what action to take. Let's say we accept the recommendation and now want to initiate a stock transfer. To do this, we simply select the relevant option and click on the Submit action. Once we submit, you will see that a stock transfer request has been submitted. This request will now move forward for approval. Next, we navigate to the approval workflow and open the stock transfer request section. Here we can see a new request received for an interplant stock transfer between Goldstrike and Hamlo plant. To review this request, we go to the appropriate section and click to open the details. Here the complete summary is displayed, including the required material, total distance, transit time, and quantity. The approver can review all the information and, if needed, add notes. Finally, to approve the transfer, click on Approve Transfer. Before completing, make sure to enter the expected delivery date for this material in the designated field. Once that's done, the stock transfer is confirmed. As shown, the stock transfer request has now been created for the selected material to be transferred to another plant. Now, let's return to review some additional details. If you want to check what you previously searched, navigate to the History tab and review your past actions. Suppose instead of initiating a stock transfer, we want to initiate an RFQ and notify the buyer about our intention to source this material. Simply click here and submit the action. This will initiate the RFQ request for the approver. The request will again go into the approval workflow. As you can see, the RFQ request is now listed here. To review, the approver just needs to click and view the summary. They can then select one vendor, two vendors, or all vendors from whom they want to request quotations. Once the quotations are submitted, we wait for vendors to send back their quotations. When we receive the quotations, you can click on Get Quotes, and all the received prices will be auto-filled. Here we can compare and award the quotation. Once you click here, our system will recommend from where you should buy the item. It can either be based on the total purchase value or the lead time required to get the material on time. Once you agree with the recommendations, you can click on Award and create the PO. When this is clicked, the PO request will be generated and sent to the ERP. In this way, the workflow for review and approval for interplant transfer is completed. Now, let's look at the second case, Open PO Recommendations. Suppose there are many materials present in your purchase requisitions or purchase orders, which you can transfer from another plant instead of buying from the vendor. Now, see the actions you can take to get this done. There is an opportunity before you. Instead of buying from the supplier mentioned here, you can get it transferred from another plant and initiate the stock transfer request. This will help you close some of the purchase requisitions that are not necessary and save a lot of money by sourcing from another plant instead of from the vendor. The third functionality is dead stock identification. If you have a lot of spare parts in your inventory that are non-moving and not critical, our system will identify those dead stock items and give you recommendations if there is an opportunity for such material in another plant. For example, for this particular material, there is an opportunity to transfer it between Hemlo and Kivali plant. You can review the transfer and either transfer this stock if necessary, or keep the action of Cape Metal to consume. This will help users get rid of excess or dead stock that is just lying in the inventory. We are spending money on maintenance costs, and much of our working capital is also tied up in this area. So this solution will help us reduce our working capital needs. The last point is overstock items. It is often observed that a lot of inventory contains excess materials that are not needed. Our agent will identify such opportunities based on your safety stock, upcoming work orders, and demand projections, and will highlight situations where there is an overstock of certain items. In these cases, you can transfer these materials to another plant where they can be put to better use. To review the transfer, simply click here. There is also an additional option: request RMA from the vendor. Based on the contract you have signed with the vendor and the conditions, if there is an open window for RMA, our system will recommend this to you as well. If you wish to proceed, just click here and submit the action. Once you submit the action, it will enter the approval workflow. As you can see here, the RMA request will appear. The approver can then come here, review the request, and add notes if needed before requesting authorization. Once authorization is complete, the request can be approved or denied. This completes the RMA process. The vendor will be notified that the RMA request has been raised. In this way, our module helps identify hidden opportunities across multiple sites and locations. It helps reduce working capital, decrease excess stock, and also supports you in procuring urgently needed items in a timely manner, instead of waiting for vendor delivery and incurring additional costs. Thank you.